Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you about mid this afternoon for another album review, and this is finally for the Calvin Harris album review you've been waiting for. I just got done listening to it. I downloaded it about an hour ago, so yeah, I surprisingly found it when I was looking into it, and I'm like, oh, there it is. So I'm like, okay, I gotta listen to this album for sure. So this is for his new album, Funk Wah Bounces Volume 2, that I just got done listening to for this 14-track album. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for Calvin Harris's new album, Funk Wah Bounces, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, this is the second volume to the first part that came out about 5 years ago. I know it's been quite a long gap for him trying to put this album together to release it, which I'm kind of glad he took his time because this was better produced, in my opinion. Um, Intro was a really good intro, of course, so it's a nice way to start it off for about 40 seconds, getting into the new Money song afterwards. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for intro. In my opinion, it's a short interlude, but short intro track, but it works well with how it's sounding, and it's produced very well from Calvin Harris. New Money featuring 21 Savage has a very funky vibe to it, which I do enjoy the aspect about the melody in the background. If you haven't seen my track review for it, I gave it like a 3 out of 5 at the time, but that was at the time. It's grown on me a bit, and 21 Savage's rapping in it is okay. It's not mind-blowingly great, in my opinion, but it's something, at least, so I'll give this song now a 3.5 out of 5. It's still going to bring the rating down for the album, but not too much. So, yeah, New Money featuring 21 Savage is getting a 3.5 out of 5. In my opinion, it's alright. It's average. So next is Potion featuring Dua Lipa and Young Thug. Don't like Young Thug's rapping still. The huh kind of thing that he does when he's trying to rap and do this weird huh kind of thing. It's just kind of cringy, honestly, with how he's doing it. I'm just like, nah, that doesn't do much for me. That does nothing for me. So it was not really well done, but Dua Lipa's singing was really good in the song, and it sounded really good with how the flow of the song was going. Even though Young Thug didn't sound great vocally, at times he had his rapping parts that were fine, and then closer to the end, he did this weird noise, the thing, that just didn't connect with me very on a level where I was liking it. So 4.5 out of 5 for Potion featuring Dua Lipa and Young Thug. Woman of the Year featuring Stefan Don, Chloe Bailey, and Coy Leroy. Luray, I meant to say. Um, yeah, this song was pretty solid. There's filthy lyricism in it, but if you can look past that and focus on what the song is trying to make you feel, meaning how the melody is sounding. It's just a laid, chill back kind of summertime kind of song. So it's a pretty interesting summer song for sure for Women of the Year. The lyricism not so great, but it's something at least. It just something you want to just listen to the grooviness of the melody, and it makes it seem so catchy. So 4.5 out of 5 for this song. I didn't hate this song. I just some of the singers and the rappers in the song, Stefan Don, Chloe Bailey, and Coy Ray, didn't sound so bad, but it was some weird lyricism too. Obsessed featuring Charlie Puth and Shanae Shensei, I believe is how you pronounce it. Shensia or something like that. Shensia didn't sound so bad rapping, but Charlie Puth's Charlie Puth was like sounding monotoned in this song, like he wasn't giving his all in this track. And that was a little disappointing. I think they tuned out his really good vocal pitches, and I don't know why they did that with this, or if Calvin Harris wanted to do that, but that's kind of shitty, honestly. So I just looked at it and listened to the song, and I'm like, he sounds like they overproduced his vocals a bit. So it didn't sound very good, so I'll have to give Obsessed a 4 out of 5. It's decent, it's just, no, I don't like the overproduced vocals from Charlie Puth in this song. It just doesn't connect well with how the song is sounding. New to You featuring Normani, Tanaje, and Offset. Solid track. I reviewed it last Friday. If you want to go check out my review for it, I think you'll enjoy it. So I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5. Didn't hate this song. Offset didn't sound so bad rapping. And Tanaje wasn't bad either. But this song is growing on me, honestly. For 5 minutes and 2 seconds, New to You is growing on me. It's taking time, but it is growing on me. It might be this and Potion are probably the best songs on this album. So there's other songs that are pretty good too. So the next song is Ready or Not featuring Busta Rhymes, and I like it for sure with how Busta Rhymes is rapping in this song. Sounds really good for sure. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Stay With Me featuring Justin Timberlake, Halsey, and Pharrell Williams. The only thing I didn't like about Halsey's singing when I reviewed this track a few weeks ago, the only problem with this song was Halsey doing the "Hey, it's a mess out there. They can leave, but we don't care," or whatever, something like that. It just sounded weird with how she was singing the song for the opening part of the song. It just didn't connect well. But Justin Timberlake and Pharrell Williams did pretty good in it, despite Halsey's weird vocal tone with how she's singing the song in the chorus. So 4 out of 5. Yeah. Stay With Me Part 2. Sorry if I said I was trying to add something else into it, but I lost track. Stay With Me Part 2 featuring Justin Timberlake. It's mostly Justin Timberlake singing the rest of the song, but this is only a minute and 22 seconds, so you're not in for very much with this song, but it's pretty interesting, so 4.5 out of 5. I like the ending to the song a lot. It sounds pretty good. Somebody Else featuring Georgia Smith and Lil Durk was a decent song. Not my personal favorite, but Lil Durk kind of has weird rapping verses in this song with how he's rapping and what lyrics he's choosing to put in the rap verse. It just doesn't connect well with me, in my personal opinion, so 4 out of 5. Nothing More to Say featuring Six Lack and Doneo. Uh, Pretty solid track. Wasn't hating this one. I think the ending to this album gets pretty good, for sure. So, yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for Nothing More to Say. I like Six Lack singing in it. He sounds pretty good in it. And Don Neo with his reggae rap verse and all that, which he does have that accent for it. Not trying to stereotype or anything. I'm just noticing what I'm listening to. And yeah, he sounds good. So, yeah, 4.5 out of 5. Live My Best Life featuring Snoop Dogg and Lotto, or Lato, or however you pronounce it. They weren't bad. This song wasn't that bad, so I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's a solid track. There are some moments in the track where Snoop Dogg has this weird back vocalish, like he's like whispering with his rapping verse a little bit in this song, but not too much. It just sounds weird, honestly. But Lotto, or Lato, I meant to say. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Um, she was good in it. Lyrically, maybe not the best, but I try to avoid the lyrics some of the time just to enjoy the music for what it is. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5. Lean on Me featuring Sway Lee was a solid track. Definitely check this song out. It's not too bad. He sounds good vocally in this song. I remember listening to him from Ray Shremmerd, the hip hop duo group with him and Slim Jimmy, or Slim Jim or whatever, or Slim Jimmy, I think is his name, or something like that. I can't remember honestly. It's just been a while since I've listened to Ray Shremmerd. The last good album they had was Shrem Life 2, and I hope the fourth one is better, because the third one was a little underwhelming. It wasn't great, but it was underwhelming from time to time. But still, he sounded good in this song with Calvin Harris doing the production and the guitar work in it, and it was good. So 4.5 out of 5. Day One featuring Pharrell Williams and Pusha T. This is the last song on the album, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. A great way to end the album, and yeah, 5 out of 5. Pusha T's rapping sounded good, and Pharrell Williams was singing through majority of the track until Pusha T came in with his verse like minute and 40 something seconds in the song. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Overall, I think Calvin Harris put out a pretty good project this time around for Funk Wav Bounces Volume 2. Production, mixing, and execution, I think Funk Wav Bounces Volume 2 is an enjoyable summer album for sure. Definitely something to kick back to, like go swimming to listening to this album or whatever. Or something like that. I don't fucking know if I'm saying the right wording for it, but it's a good summer album to kick back to and just relax and enjoy the summer and listen to some Calvin Harris. And he did a good job. It's a solid album, I guess you could say. I wouldn't say everything is great on this album. New Money is probably the standout. Somebody Else standout. Obsessed standout. Stay With Me is a standout. Meaning it's a setback to the album is what I'm trying to imply. So overall, I think Calvin Harris Funk Wild Bounces Volume 2 was an average listen. I highly recommend you check this out and give it a shot and see what you think of it, because I think some of you may like it. It's an enjoyable summer album for sure, but I have my critiques about it. So for a score for me, I'm giving Calvin Harris Funk Wav Bounces Volume 2. And sorry that I'm dragging this review out very long. I just wanted to go into deep explanation on what I listened to with this whole album. So for a score for me, I'm giving Funk Wav Bounces Volume 2 a 7.5 out of 10. This was a average listen. It's solid for what it is. It's not the worst thing I've heard. It's probably a little better than Volume 1. I didn't hate Volume 1, I just have a lot more critiques on that one than this one. So this one is a little bit of an improvement from him. And he did very well bringing these collab artists together into this one whole album. So pretty interesting album. So 7.5 out of 10. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Calvin Harris album, Funk Wav Bounces Volume 2, if you've heard it. Sorry that I dragged this review out very long. It's probably going to be about 16 minutes of this review. If you enjoyed this album review I did for you guys, which I went into deep explanation on what I thought of this whole album as a whole, comment below and let me know what you guys thought of this album review if you enjoyed it, because I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I will have another review coming out for Panic at the Disco's new song, Local God, I believe is what it's called, or something like that. But yeah, it'll be coming out soon, so maybe this video will be about 15 something minutes. So I hope you enjoyed this album review for Calvin Harris Funk Wop Bounces Volume 2. I'm sorry I dragged it out for a bit. I had a lot to explain when I listened to this 43-minute album, but it was not that bad. So it was an average listen. So I would definitely come back to it and see if the album does tend to grow on me. But for now, 7.5 out of 10. So stay safe, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this lengthy album review. I'm very sorry it's so lengthy. It's just had to go into deep explanation, like I said, with what I listened to for each song. So, as always, I will see you in my next review.